God. Hey everybody, you know what it is. It's Tips and Tools Tuesday and Thursday. My name is Benita G. Welcome. It's April. We are still doing our April series of hashtag transitioning teachers and y'all, I have an amazing guest and I was sitting here trying to remember how do I even get connected with her and how does she save my life and bring me from the 1900s into the 2000s. But we're going to get into that. I'm going to bring her in. And while I'm talking about that, this is what I want y'all to know. Today, I had a moment, y'all. Today, I had a moment because I was walking around and looking, and I'm like, yo, this is probably going to be my last time giving. Hey,
Hi, Benita.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm about to tell her this story. This might be my last time giving a standardized test as a traditional classroom teacher. It's my 25th year teacher. And I got a little emotional and then I got a little relieved. Like, this
Yeah.
might be my last time.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
yes, but I'm excited. And I was trying to think of I was trying to think of, I was like, I know your name. I know what it was. There's a group of transitioning teachers somewhere in the social media world.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
were trying to figure out what to do. Well, a lot of us were seasoned, and we were like, I know I need to upgrade my resume. Does anybody know, somebody who could help
hmm
us? And then your name kept popping up.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's how we connected. And let me start off with, I'm going to let her introduce herself, but let me tell y'all this. Let me tell you
Okay.
something. If you are a seasoned teacher like me, and you are just, I don't even care if you're not doing anything, update your resume just to have it on LinkedIn or have it somewhere.
Oh, you better
If
come.
your resume looks like it did when you graduated in the 1900s, like I did, this is who you need to talk to.
Not the
I
1900s.
promise you, I got my resume back and I thought it was for somebody else. I was like, this.
Is this me? Like, is this me?
Hey y'all, thank you for joining. I do
Hi,
this.
everybody.
This is what I do. These transferable skills
That's
are real, y'all.
right.
So we're gonna get started.
That's
Please
right.
introduce yourself and tell us the magic that you do in your company.
Well, thank you so much, Benita. My name is Tyrina Lassiter, and I am a career transition specialist. I am also the CEO of T. Lassiter Services, which is a resume writing, interview preparation, and LinkedIn optimization company. We do a lot more than that as well. I do
Yes.
career coaching. I do free consultations, which I will share a little later on how to get a free resume consultation. But I am so excited to be here tonight with you, Benita, and everyone who is online. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see everyone.
So everybody, take this moment. I want you to share it. I want you to send it out.
That's right.
You know those teachers that's been talking about it. You keep asking them, you come back next year and they were like, I don't know.
Yep.
That's so funny. Or they change the subject. Send this to them. Send them the whole April series. But let's get started. So, well, first of all, I know you help more than just transitioning teachers. You help everyone.
Yes, I
But
help
we
everyone who is in a season of transition, no matter what they're trying to transition from or into. Of course, most of our clients are transitioning educators. The transitioning teacher movement is so huge. And I saw a need for that because I will say most of the clients that we work with who are transitioning educators, that is all they have ever done,
yes,
since graduating college. And so, like you were saying at the beginning of the live, that your resume is from the dinosaur ages. I have seen some doozies. I have seen some resumes. And, sometimes when I meet people, before they decide that they want to hire T. Lassiter Services, they're apologizing, say, I'm sorry I didn't update my resume. Well, that's why you're talking to me.
but that's that teacher in us. So shout out Cedric. We see you, Cedric.
Hey,
Andrew Hustle. Hey.
Cedric.
So we're gonna look. If y'all follow Andrew Hustle, all of y'all on here, just go
Yes,
follow him.
please
We'll
follow
tell you why
him.
later. We'll tell you why later.
Yes, absolutely. We gotta do a couple plugs at
Do
the
we
end, and
do
he's
some? Okay,
definitely
so
one of
look.
them.
So I came in because I was one of those people. I was like, look, I'm so sorry my resume looked like this, and you were like, what?
I think You were. But I'm telling you, like 9 times out of 10, they're always apologizing. I'm like, it's okay. Like, we're going to get it together. I promise.
So tell us, we're on here, it's Tips and Tools Tuesday and Thursday. Y'all, first of all, I'm counting down. So I was like, make it today Wednesday, but I'm not
Countdown
going to rush it.
begins. Countdown begins.
Tell us, transitioning teachers, 3 tips and tools from the career navigator herself. What do we need to do? We're coming in and we need transitioning teachers. What are the tips and tools that we need?
I would be happy to. Now, I'm going to give you 3 tonight.
Yeah,
But if you
that's
have
okay.
me on again, I'll give you more, because this live can get very, very long. I have a lot of tips, especially for transitioning educators. But the 3 tips that I'll share with you tonight are, of course, first things first, you need to narrow down what you want to transition into. Now, if you don't know what that is, of course, you can always, reach out to a career strategist like myself, resume writer. There are a lot of resources also on LinkedIn, but I find that people like that personal touch of just talking to one person and really, so they can hone in on looking at your resume and seeing what transferable skills that you have. So that's number 1, is narrowing down what you want to do. And that kind of leads me into my next tip, which is the second tip would be having a solid job search strategy. Now, I'm going to add to that. I'm going to elaborate to that because if you're not connected with me on LinkedIn as well, definitely connect with me on LinkedIn. Go to my Instagram, connect with me on Instagram, and then I have my link tree in my bio. But I pay very, very close attention to the needs of job seekers on LinkedIn. And a lot of times they are narrowing their opportunities to one job role. And I think I've talked to you about that too, a little bit.
Yes.
And I'm going to say mainly transitioning educators, oh my goodness, the talent, the transferable skills you have to do a lot more than one role. Now, you don't want to, have 10 roles that you're trying to apply to. I will say, having a solid job search strategy entails trying to at least narrow down maybe 2 roles. Sometimes we go for 3, depending on how relatable the job roles are. But whenever people come aboard to T. Lassiter Services, when they hire us, we do an intake form. You need to figure out what 2 titles that you want to really solidify your job search to. Because if you don't, the result is you will be overwhelmed.
Yes.
You will be just mass applying. You'll be applying to anything, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
So I'm going to say this. So I didn't know. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I didn't know. They Lassiter Services did my resume, and I was kind of like, I've done this, and if y'all know me, I'm like, I'm over here, and I'm a true Gemini entrepreneur, like just.
You a Gemini, Benita?
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Look, and I'm a photographer.
Yes, you're multi-talented, but that's okay.
But I need a job to pay the bills.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's
right. Right.
But I will say that once my resume was done, and I do not remember the young man's. I can't remember who my person is, but when I log in, I know he's there. Was like updating. I was like, oh, I've done this, and I've gone to this conference. And once I saw my resume, that also helped me with the vocabulary that he used in there.
Yes.
Help me then go in and say, okay, I can apply to this job, this category, this genre of jobs that I can do. And let me say this, y'all. Y'all know I talk about hiring and a coach. I'm not going to hire somebody who does not know what they're talking about. And there's no proof. So follow her on LinkedIn. I talked about Edu Hustle. Follow them on Instagram and LinkedIn. These are people who are helping everyone, but definitely transitioning teachers get ourselves together so that we can get a job. Because at the end of the day, nobody is coming to sit with you.
And let me just add, I find it very, very important to provide continued support. Like, we still talk after your resume is done. I'm a very, very transparent person. And I am a business owner who is in this full time, you know, and
Yes.
no shade to anyone that does it part time. That's absolutely fine. But I wanted to emphasize that because I feel like, especially transitioning educators, you need continued support after services are completed. And I don't, charge you more to keep
No.
assisting you with your job search, because I talk about this. I do free workshops every month as well, everyone.
Yes,
So
you do.
definitely follow me so you can register. I have a challenge coming up. I'll share that in a little while. But I find it very, very important to have that continued support, especially for transitioning educators, because most of my transitioning educators, like you, are still currently teachers. And so they're doing their job search as they're still educating, as they're still going in the classroom. And they can, like I said earlier, they can get overwhelmed. They may kind of lose focus of what their job search strategy was when we initially spoke. Um,
Yes.
I continue to work with people to encourage them as well, because, and it's not just transitioning educators, all of my clients, imposter syndrome will completely take over your mind. And if you don't know what imposter syndrome is, it is when those negative thoughts, those negative voices come in your head and say, I am not cut out for this. I keep getting rejection emails. Maybe I
Yes.
don't have the skills that I thought, the transferable skills that I thought I did. And that is not true. And so every time I do like free workshops or any like challenges, webinars, I always speak on that at least a little bit, because you want to make sure that I want to make sure that I continue to encourage people, even
Yes.
people who are in high leadership positions have imposter syndrome every now and then. It's just something that happens. But that continued encouragement, I tell people, listen, you can email me 10 times a day if you
Mm-hmm.
have to. This is my full-time baby. This is not my side hustle. This is full time. When I decided to start this business and helping people transition, I'm in it full throttle. Um,
I
and
love
that
that.
goes,
And
yeah, go ahead. Go
but I
ahead. I
also
have one
want
more tip.
to say,
One more,
yeah,
but
what
go
tip we
ahead.
gonna do it? Teachers, I don't know if teachers have imposter syndrome. I think we have, this is all I know. And
That
it's
can
a
go hand in hand though.
switching, it
But
goes
that
hand in,
but
because
that can go
I
hand
know,
in hand.
because it's just like switching over. You were talking about, like I said earlier, we talked earlier, I was like, yeah, three rejection emails.
Yeah.
For an educator, we're not used to that. Like, we walk
Right.
into an interview and walk out with the job. Like, okay, so what grade you want to teach? And so
That's right.
that part has been a shift for me. And like you said, the imposter syndrome, I think it's more like, okay, listen, that's not a job for you.
Right.
They don't know you.
Yeah.
Like,
And,
and a lot of
and
times,
and
like,
I like that better. And I love that, Benita, because you are turning those negative voices into a positive
yes,
and saying, that just wasn't the job for me.
that's
That's what
a job for me.
but that's how I encourage. That just wasn't the job for you. That door just wasn't the door you were supposed to walk through, you know?
Keep going, keep walking.
And it's not just transitioning educators that get rejection emails. I've had rejection emails when I was in my career, but it was a blessing in disguise. I'm like, oh my goodness, I know people that work there and they said it's horrible. So,
Horrible.
that goes into my last tip as well. I'm going to add something to it, but definitely have patience when it comes to your job search as well. Statistics show that even when you hire a resume writer, it can take up to 3 months to fully transition. But I'm going to tell you what the determining factors are: how many jobs you're applying to a week, making sure your job search strategy is effective, which means narrowing down what? 2 job titles. All right. And then making sure that your resume is tailored to what you are looking for. Okay.
Yes.
And that's where T. Lassiter Services will come in. We provide resume services on all levels: entry level, mid level, which are mostly transition educators, or mid or executive level. And we have, please go on my page, go to my
Yes.
recommendations, connect with me on LinkedIn, look at our Google reviews. We have helped people. Our highest person as far as like salary increase is $54,000 increase. And that person is making well over 6 figures.
Let me tell you
in
something.
transition.
I love her LinkedIn page. I love your LinkedIn page because you do that. You'll say, I work with this person, and they say, look, put my picture out there. Like, tell the story, tell how we work together. You have helped me go to the next level. And listen, transitioning teachers, we already know. Look, go ahead and sign up. Go ahead and look and see. Get your consultation done. Invest. See, part of what we have to do is invest in
That's
ourselves,
right,
and
Benita.
we have to ask for help because we don't know. We don't know. I
Hmm.
started trying to do my resume on Canva
Oh, not
before I found
Canva.
you.
Oh
I
no.
was gonna call plug and play, because this will be
Listen,
too.
I mean, depending on what you transition into, can be okay. But if you're not transitioning to like graphic design or something, do not use Canva. That is a huge no-no, especially because most of employers during their hiring practices, they use applicant tracking software to scan your resume against the job description. And so you want to be careful using some of those templates on Canva because some of them will not go through the applicant tracking software. And when anyone decides to hire T. Lassiter Services, we create our own templates. We have our own templates that we make especially for each of our clients because we get to know them, we get to know their personality, and we also make sure that we are professional. We use professional, unique features. We have gotten a lot of kudos for our resume templates. And it's not just about the template, of course, it's about the content. But when your resume finally gets into a human being's hands, you want them to be wowed. You want them to be
Yes.
impressed.
And I
And
have heard
so,
that.
yeah.
I've heard. Okay, so we have one question in the chat that says, "What about Chat GPT?" Which I call GPS, and my kids laughed at me
What?
today. It
Chat
was like
GPS.
GPS. Look, I'm trying to
Oh
get
my
with it.
goodness.
Chat GPT for generating resumes. Oh, that's a good
That is a
question.
good question. I'm glad that you asked that, Cedric. Edu Hustle. I feel that ChatGPT is an amazing resource to get started with your resume.
Okay.
You have to be careful. I wouldn't say a couple of things about ChatGPT as far as resumes are concerned. First thing is you want to be careful with using ChatGPT solely for your resume. You don't want to just copy and paste. If you are going to use ChatGPT, just at least to get started, to have a good foundation, the next step still needs to be hiring a resume writer so that they can personalize it to your background, and add that professional and that personal touch. ChatGPT is still a bot, a robot, AI, and it's not going to entail those high achievements that you
Hmm.
need highlighted on your resume that will help you to stand out amongst other candidates. All right.
Yes.
But definitely use ChatGPT for starting out.
Hmm.
ChatGPT is also a good resource to use if you just want to get some ideas about what you want to transition into.
Yes.
I have definitely tested that to see what it comes up with. Sometimes it's not 100% accurate for my clients. I still have to play with it. And I still give, of course, my personal and professional
Yes.
opinions because I do review every resume personally, and
Hmm.
I can tell right off the bat what they have the transferable skills for.
Oh my God.
But solely using ChatGPT is a no-no. You definitely still need that personal touch of a career strategist, any career professional. Cedric, he's amazing at what he
Yes.
does as well. Shout out to him. Um, we've collaborated a lot on a couple of clients, especially clients that want to transition into ed tech. He's an
Yes.
amazing ed tech resource, Cedric. So shout out to him. But yeah, that you want to be careful with that. The second thing that I'll say about ChatGPT is that employers are now able to tell, maybe not all of them yet, but they're able to tell if you are solely using ChatGPT to do your resume. And
So use it like an aid,
yes, use
like a
it as a resource.
calculator.
Like
Use it
pretend
like a
that
calculator.
Chat GPT wasn't around,
Right.
and you just Googled, like
Yes.
Google, or, do like a Google search. Another resource other than that is actually connecting with someone who has transitioned into what you want to transition into. Maybe have a Zoom meeting with them, pick their brains. I tell my clients to do that as well. It is nothing like
Yes.
firsthand knowledge from a person who's actually been in that career, But once your resume is done, and then once you have a solid job search strategy, that is all incorporated in the job search strategy. Now, let me back up, because I did mention that I do workshops and,
Yes.
webinars every
Come
month, and they're
on.
totally free. And
Yes.
everyone finds it so beneficial. I enjoy doing it. I push out a lot of content monthly, but my workshops and my webinars are one of my favorite resources that people use, because even after the workshops are done, you get the replay for at least like 48 hours.
I'm
Yes. And I
always
know you,
busy, but I sign up so I can watch the
yes.
replay.
As long
Okay,
as you
don't play with
register,
me. Yes.
you'll get to watch the replay. But I just promoted I'm doing a little something different this month. We're doing a challenge. It's called the Career Clarity Challenge.
Ooh.
And this is solely for people, transitioning educators, anyone in their transition, if they are trying to get clarity about what they want to transition into. They have no idea what they want to transition into, but they know they want to do something different. So the challenge is a 5-day challenge starting next week from May. I can't believe we're already in May.
May.
We're about to be in May next week, everybody. Especially transitioning educators. Y'all behind the ball. Y'all got to get y'all resumes done. Benita, she already got her
I'm
resume
ready.
done. Everybody else, you got to come on. So the Career Clarity Challenge, it is 5 days, and we are going to do various exercises to find out what would be a great career for you. But
Oh,
we
yeah.
need to figure out what your skills are. We need to find out what your passions are, what your values are. And also I'm starting to kind of shift my mindset as well. It's like, you know what? Let me start out this conversation with asking you, what don't you want to do? What
I, I,
don't
I,
you
don't,
want to do
I,
in your next career? So we
I
can
don't want to
mark
work.
those
I don't
off.
want to work. I don't want to work. My next career should be a stay-at-home
Oh,
girlfriend.
I got you. I got
Where,
you. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
where
But I don't know
Bumble
if
is
that pays the
not
bills, Benita.
helping. Bumble. So what I need you to do is create another app where they send me their resume. So
We're gonna talk about
I
that.
don't want to
Let's
work
figure it
though.
out. Let's figure it out.
Work is getting in the way of me living my
I
life.
got you. Listen, that's the
No, I'm
dream,
serious.
right? That's the dream,
I
because
would
I have to
still,
work.
I still would work somewhere, volunteer, so,
Yeah,
set up
volunteer.
a foundation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to stay active. You got to do something,
But
right?
I'm just saying, if y'all got some uncles out there,
You killing me.
so we're gonna wrap it
Let
up.
me
Look,
get
y'all.
back. Okay, let me get back to the career clarity. So yes, 5 days. We'll be doing various exercises over the course of 5 days from May 1st to May 5th.
Okay,
And you
lovely.
will meet with me 6 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom every night for about 20-30 minutes. And what we will do is we will discuss and review the exercise that was assigned for that day.
Okay.
And then just go over various things, what you realized about yourself, what you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to do in your career. Some people may have an idea of what they want to do, but they're just not sure. So we got
Right.
to get that clarity. So go
I'm
on. Yeah, go
gonna
ahead.
send my nephew. He's already doing your resume, but your resume
Yes. We're
services.
almost finished too. We're
Yeah,
almost done.
we're gonna
Yeah,
send him through that again.
okay.
So we can
Yeah, please
get
come.
him.
Even if you have gotten resume services
Yeah,
already even if it's not with Lassiter services from someone else,
we'll do
it's
that.
always good to explore your options, because this challenge is not just for people that don't know what they want to do next. It's also for people that want to broaden their opportunities. Maybe they
Yeah.
have already chosen a job title or career. You're like, you know what? Let me just see what other
Mm-hmm.
options are out there,
Always.
So it's really for everybody. So please sign up, go to the link in my bio. register for this challenge. It is going to be a lot of fun. Benita will tell you every time, we
Look,
hop on Zoom or we're on a phone call, we make it fun, we laugh. It's also sometimes a therapeutic session. We vent.
yes,
A lot of teachers vent because they just feel like they're so lost. And I'm just like, listen, you are in the right place. You came to the right person. You came to the right company. I have an amazing writing team that does the resumes. Benita, I know you were so thrilled with the results of your
love
resume.
it.
And I'm going to continue to work with you,
Yes,
especially because now we're going into the summer. This is a really, really good time for everyone to get their resume done, because you may not be able to apply it to as many jobs as you like while working, because I know you're exhausted when you get home, but the summer is coming and most educators are off for the summer, and then you
yes,
will really be able to hit the ground running. But you want that resume done. You don't want to wait until the summer to get your resume done. You want it to already be finished
right.
so that you can come to the challenges, you can come to the workshops and get
But
all that added support.
I can say, everyone, putting my resume out, my old resume, and getting nothing, and then getting my resume done and putting my resume out, 10 time improvement, and just getting a second look,
Yeah.
just getting an interview. Like I will say, with the past 3 months, I've gotten to Andrew Hustle knows, I've gotten to like the second, the third round of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and been upset. Like I didn't invested hours into, doing things and doing this video,
Yeah.
but it was my resume and having it structured and professional looking and really on point that got me in the door, because I wasn't getting in the door at first because I had a resume from the 1900s and the APS it just was not picking it up.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Oh my God, we could talk for
I
hours
know, Benita.
about
I know.
this.
I'm gonna come back.
We
I want
gotta
to come back.
I'm
I
sitting
want
here
to come
like,
back.
maybe we need to do like a StreamYard live on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Me, you,
Yes.
Eddie
I'm gonna start
Hustle.
going live on LinkedIn too. So let's please
Yeah,
do that.
we're
Let's
gonna
do
do that.
that.
We're gonna get that. We're gonna chat. I'm gonna start a chat group.
Yeah.
But look, ladies and gentlemen, Tips and Tools Tuesday and Thursday. I have an amazing, I'm gonna pronounce your name right, Tyrina
Yes. Tyrina
Lassiter.
Lassiter. Yep.
She
You got
is
it.
the career navigator, but she has Lassiter Services, career coaching, career development, resumes. She does CVs, y'all, because that's the next thing I need to get done.
Oh
A
yes. We
CV.
do CVs as well. Absolutely.
Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
so those of us who are like international educators, a lot of times they ask for a CV and not a resume. Resume is more kind of like a over here in North America. But
Right. Right.
internationally, they like CVs. Tips and Tools Tuesday and Thursday, Transitioning Teachers, April edition. Look, I'm not going back over these tips, so y'all gonna have to listen to this again
That's right.
and
Watch the
and
replay.
read.
And
Watch the replay.
also, I have a special gift.
Come
So
on now.
I am going to everyone that is watching this replay, that is online right now, I am going to share with Benita a discount link where if you're interested in purchasing, you're going to use her link to get a 20% discount off of anything that you
Look,
want on the website.
let me tell you, like I tell my students, 20% is better than no percent. Okay, this is what we go to. Thank you so much,
You're
TEC
welcome.
family, transitioning teachers. Look, whether you're doing a lateral move, whether you're moving out of that classroom, whether you're moving out of that school district, and whether you're saying to yourself, you know what, I need to leave education altogether. We
Mm-hmm.
do not judge here. We are here to support. We are here to connect. We're here to collaborate. And that's why we do Tips and Tools Tuesday and Thursday. We bring amazing guests on, professionals who offer services. Now, let me tell you this. She said 20% not free. Okay. Okay. Just want to
Yeah,
clarify.
not free, not
So
free.
we, that,
20%.
right.
But
20%. But
and we have, but here's the thing, we have payment plans too. So you can do the discount and do the payment plans.
I did the payment plan.
Sure did.
Praise God. But I also want to say, everybody I bring on, they also have resources that are free.
Yes.
And then once you start using those resources, you realize, okay, I do need some additional help. And that's what they're there for.
That's right.
Look, thank you so much for coming on
Thank you
tonight.
for
I
having
appreciate you.
me.
Y'all don't even know. Like
It was a pleasure. I had fun.
I got to go. Like I got it's time for me to transition out. But even if you're not a transitioning teacher, you're watching this and it came upon on your Instagram roll, excuse me, your Instagram feed. Listen, because there are steps for you to go higher in your level, steps for you to go higher in your career, or switch careers. Like if you're ready to switch careers and you're like, all these layoffs are coming, you're trying to switch careers, or if you're trying to do remote, because I know some people in here who are the remote guru.
That's right.
Sir, connect with us on here. If you can't find the person, hit me up in my DM. I'll send you to the right place. I will connect you. I don't want anyone to feel stuck. That's why we're here. There's no reason to feel stuck. We have resources. We have amazing professionals right here. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming out. Anything else you want to say? It was time to pivot.
Thank you so much for having me, Benita. I love everything that you're doing. I love the content that you produce. And it is such an honor to continue to work with you. I see you as a friend at this point. You know, it goes a lot further than you just being my client. You are my friend. So thank you again for having me tonight.
Thank you, everyone. Look, let me tell y'all something. You better get in where you fit in. Okay, y'all.
That's right.
We're going to go. See y'all later. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see y'all Thursday for another guest. And then we're going to wrap this up. And we're going into May. And I'm going to tell y'all in the next two tips and tools what May's going to be about.
All right.
See y'all later.
Bye.
Have a good one. Thank you.